Next up in my latest batch of AutoCAD videos is object snapping. Probably one of the leading causes of aneurysms when drafting in AutoCAD, but I'm going to do my best to try and prevent that. So you can see the contents of this video. Number 6 is crossed out because I have a couple videos on that. I'll just briefly mention that it might be beneficial for you to set something like that up. But yeah, we're going to start off with number 1, just a basic explanation of what object snaps are. And to do that, I'm going to go into the line command. I'm going to right click and go to OSnap overrides. You can see all these different options right here, right? Endpoint, midpoint, intersection, you kind of get the point. Down here, next to none and OSnap settings, we have these magnet symbols, and those perfectly explain what happens with object snaps. When you get close to certain points of geometry, it kind of magnetizes to those geometric points, right? So this comes in handy for obvious reasons. I'm going to turn the object snaps off. If they're off and you're trying to draft like this, it looks like those two lines are touching, but they obviously aren't, right? So object snaps kind of ensure that whatever you're drafting ends up as close to where you want it to as possible. So number 1, I've listed overrides. This is something I never used right away when I first started using AutoCAD. So when I type line or any command and right click, I get access to this menu. I'm just gonna go into the options really quickly to show you. We'll go 3 over, user preferences, right click, customization. Sometimes I have it set to this. I can't remember why, but for this video, I switched it to this just so I had access to that menu whenever I'm in a command. If you set it to this one right here, if I go into that line command and right click, it just goes to whatever my last point was, at least in the line command. The behavior is going to be a little different depending on which command you're in. So this right here, if you want access to that menu, you want that setting, right? But yeah, I'll draw a line, I'll right click, and then I can go OSnap overrides. We're going to do one, let's find nearest. So this is one object snap I have turned off. The obvious reason for that is it's hard to tell if I'm going to get the nearest OSnap or the middle of this line, for example. So that's one object snap I have turned off. And what I'll do is I'll just override it. And now I don't actually even use that right click menu. I just will type NEA and it overrides to the nearest object snap. If I type something again or another object snap, it'll just cancel that out, right? Then I can do, let's do center, CEN for short. It'll only snap to centers of objects now. So yeah, so the object snap overrides are something that I really recommend getting used to. While researching this video, actually, I never used this one before, geometric center. That one was really neat, but yeah, that's something I might use more often. But yeah, so I think I've covered this off pretty well. Now I just want to go over what can go wrong when you're using object snaps, especially with the INS is the insert object snap. I just covered nearest a little bit and perpendicular. So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to start it somewhere around here. Oops, that didn't go quite as planned. I'm going to go right click, turn that one on for my little demonstration here. But yeah, if I'm expecting that line to start somewhere where my cursor is, I'll click and it starts way up here. So what this thing here is, it's just a block I made. It's just a rectangle and a hatch, and I turn that into a block. If you have the insert object snap on, that's one of the leading causes of your object snaps to seemingly go haywire. Like if you have a huge XREF, let's say you're doing a site plan and you have contours, that where you click and where your line starts can literally be kilometers away, right? So just be aware that this insert object snap can cause issues. What I like to do is turn it off. It is very useful because sometimes you'll want to snap, for example, to the insert point of a text object. So if I do line, I do INS for short, and I could snap right to the insert point of the text itself. It is useful, but it's a really good one to override. So I kind of covered why nearest can be a little bit dangerous. And the third one, I guess, that causes me problems at least is the perpendicular object snap. Now this one, I'm not quite sure why. It's a really good one for overrides. Like I'll do perpendicular. So even though I'm actually off the line, I can still snap the line perpendicular to it. I have it turned off and I just override it. The reason being that I just seem to get more micro errors when I do have perpendicular turned on. I think it's when you're drawing a line and you pass over so much different geometry, it does the perpendicular snap to something you're not expecting it to do that to, and it can have unpredictable results. But otherwise, I think, especially when measuring geometry, I find it was causing me a lot of trouble. But yeah, I find that having it turned off and just overriding it kind of completely circumnavigates that issue. Okay, I think I kind of got this covered off. Next, I want to do M2P and FRO. A lot of old school users, these were added quietly to some version of AutoCAD, and a lot of us old guys just never bothered to look them up and learn them. So M2P is, I'll do line. I'll right click this time just so you can see where it is. This is one that kind of sucks to type. Middle of 2 points, if I click here and here, I get the center of that rectangle. Now I could have just done the that geometric center. That might actually be quicker in this case, right? But yeah, I just discovered that while preparing for this video. But sometimes that M2P is going to be really helpful. In this case, for example, I can do middle of these two circles. So from is kind of hard to demonstrate, but I'm going to start drawing some lines. I'll draw some polylines. Let's say I want to draw a 3.5 inch wall. I'll offset 3.5. That went pretty easily, right? But let's say not all of the wall is drawn. So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to type FRO. I'm going to go 3.5. So all the from object snap does is prevents me from having to make some sort of like reference geometry or having to stretch the line after I've drawn it. So I do use it sometimes. It does help. But yeah, these two, M2P and FRO, I actually have them mapped to keyboard shortcuts. And those videos are buried on in my channel. In the content history, you'll find them in there. But yeah, I don't want to recreate that because I've already done it. Okay, so next is Object Snap Tracking Quick Demo. All that is this icon right here. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw another line. Notice how I can kind of pull off the object snap. I can do it from the ends, but this isn't actually affected by that because the extension is considered just an object snap, not a, what was this called? An object snap tracking feature. So for example, I can do this from the center line, or the midpoint of that line. I can do it from the center of a circle if I want. Now if we turn this off, it'll stop doing that. It'll still do the extension. I think it should. Yeah, it does. Even if the line is angled. But it won't, I can't draw off the midpoint like I was before. So I'll turn that back on. And we'll do that again. Okay, so that's all that is. I almost always have it turned on, but sometimes when I'm just hacking away at the keyboard, I'll turn it off by accident. So if you're not getting that behavior, you know what that setting is. Okay, so now the hard part, but luckily I've prepared something that's hopefully going to help out with that. One thing that happened right there is I had an object snap that didn't go quite where I wanted it to. It's going to the node of the text actually, this thing right here, right? So I'm just going to draw this rev cloud, and I'm going to type none. NON for short, and it actually turns off the object snaps. Now you can do that in the middle of a command, but for me, I like typing, so it's just quicker to do that. So yeah, when you're doing these object snaps, just keep in mind that there's actually a none object snap that just basically temporarily disables the object snaps, right? And before moving to the aperture, I'll just show you how to edit this. I'm just right clicking on that icon, right? If you want to go into the detailed settings, they are right here, but I think for what we're doing in this video, just right clicking on this gives you everything you need. Okay, the aperture. So I've made a little target right here, and hopefully I managed this correctly, but I've made a way to zoom right in to where the object snap's going to appear, right? Okay, we're going to go into options, and we'll go to the first tab this time, or sorry, the second tab. So you have aperture size, and then the auto snap marker size. Now these feel like they're related to one another, but they're not quite. You can set this to whatever size you want. I think mine's usually set to around here. I increased the size for this video. And this is somewhere around here. This one's the most important one because if you're finding your snaps or you're missing your clicks, you're not getting those endpoints, those center points like you feel like you should, or if it's snapping too aggressively, maybe it's too big, then this is what you want to fiddle with. So what we're going to do first, we're going to shrink it all the way down. We're going to go apply, and that's why I made this little target here. I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to try to draw the line as close as I can to that point without it snapping. So you can see I can get right in the center, right where the white is. Okay, we're going to go back into options. We're going to make this as big as possible. We'll go apply. I don't recommend this. Okay, I'm going to shrink the screen down again. Or zoom in, rather. And now watch what happens when I get... I'm going to turn the object snap tracking off as well. So you can't really see, but I can only get to the blue before it forces the object snap on me, right? So there's no way I can draw a line inside the blue or click inside the blue without it snapping to that object right at the center. I'm going to repeat this one time because this is one of the most important things I wanted to show you in this video. I'll go back into options. We're going to shrink this down again. Go apply, okay. Same thing, I'm going to go into the line command. I'll zoom in again. And now when I draw that line, I can start it way closer to that object at the center. Now the object at the center is literally just a line that I've set to 0 length. And the reason I've used a line is because I get the most basic object snap, just the square, right? Because if I had like a point, for example, then it would give me the node symbol, which I'm not really looking for right now. But yeah, that's all this is right here in the middle. That little black dot is actually just a line that I've dragged onto, the endpoint onto the start point, I guess. But yeah, this is, both these options don't work good because you're going to miss lots of clicks that you're expecting to end up in, I guess in this case, right on that point, right? Okay, we'll go back into options one more time. I'll set it to something more reasonable. Maybe about there. I'm going to shrink this down to where I had it before. It's smart to have these two match each other because it's more intuitive than like if this is max size and this is max size, then it'll feel like when you're inside this, it snaps within the aperture. But if you have something like this going on, it's just gonna rack your brain. And that's why I actually recorded this video before all in one shot, and I did that, and it yeah, just as I said, it racked my brain and I had to restart this whole thing. We're gonna do more reasonable settings. We'll go with that. Go okay. Zoom in again. Now I'm gonna draw a line. Now I can't get as close as I could before. I can get right on the cusp of where that faint red ends. And I should say all these are as hatches. I've just deleted the boundaries and made them non-associative. And I've done that just so I have reference objects that won't draw any object snaps, right? But yeah, you can see I can get right to the cusp of that white right there before it engages the aperture and jumps on that point. So if you're having really weird behavior, if things aren't really working like you expect, that aperture, and I don't know, it's kind of like a tradition or whatever. Whenever you take over someone else's AutoCAD, they've always done something just backwards, you know, like I don't get it. Maybe someone got fired and they didn't want the the new person to look better than they did. Who knows? But yeah, you'll have, for me, my settings are something like this. I'm probably going to have to, I haven't touched this in so long that I'm going to have to tweak this because I messed with it for this video. But play around with these and get them where you want. I think even your monitor size might affect those settings. But yeah, so as mentioned earlier, I'm skipping number 6 because I already have 2 videos about this on my channel. So that brings us to the end of the object snapping video. So I'll say once again, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one.